Okay, so I have started the recording of this session, and at the beginning, I want to clarify a few things. I'm getting some doubts and something in chat. Many people are mentioning that they had turned in late, like they had already uploaded the assignments in time, but after that, they had got the idea that they have to turn in also. And when they have turning in, obviously that becomes a late turning because they have not pressed the turning button within the submission deadline. So I let me assure you that I had also told this earlier also, I perhaps if I remember correctly, because I am doing this for two classes, so maybe I have not told you, I have told the other class, it might so happen. But let me clarify this, that if you forget to if you forget to press the turn in button within time, don't worry, because we are checking for each and every student whether they have uploaded something or not. So if they have uploaded within time, they don't need to worry about it. We are checking whether the students have uploaded the material in the assignment section of this team's environment. Okay. So if you have uploaded, you don't need to worry about it. It will be we have seen it, be assured about it, and we are not going to mark you late for submission. So you don't need to again press the turn in button after 1 or 2 days. So if you had uploaded in time, don't need to worry about it, and don't listen to your friends, so your friends are also confused like you. So let this message go. And so I had also told this earlier also. Probably I will also write it down in the general channel so that everyone gets to read it, even those who are not present in this live session. So don't no need to worry, if you have uploaded within time, it gets counted already. But it is always a good practice to also press the turning button. That is a good practice. You should maintain the a good practice of doing things. So that is what I wanted to clarify from my end regarding your doubts on submission, etc. So now if you have anything to ask me regarding the technical lectures and all, so you can uh, you can raise your hand and put in some questions. I will try to answer. We supplied the signed numbers materials, I think, this week. So probably the signed number, the complement representation, as per my feeling goes, my own personal feeling is that this complement representation is the most confusing part of this entire course, and the students also have found it to be the most difficult part of this entire course. So you should pay some attention to what you are reading and whether you are able to understand clearly. If there are any doubts or anything, you please ask me. Uh, so, so that is why we are also having this live session for doubt clearance and all. Today the network is. Vassar, were you trying to say something or your mic got unmuted? If you are not trying to say something, it's okay.
No, sir, my mic got unmuted actually.
Okay, so please mute your mic. So there is some network issue today here. So if you suddenly don't see me or don't hear my voice, try to put it in chat so that I also know that there is some problem. So anyway, so if there are any doubts, any confusion, explain division of octal numbers. So division of why only octal numbers? Are you comfortable with binary and hexadecimal? So if you are comfortable with binary hexadecimal, why are you not comfortable with octal numbers? Why only octal numbers? So what do you mean by no, sir, Akash? So are you good with other number systems? Binary, hexadecimal, decimal, of course, it is already ingrained in our being, but this division of octal numbers. Okay, the division, these things are, I think, already over. So this week we are supposed to talk about the signed numbers, because your submission for the tutorial on octal number, division, multiplication, these things are going to happen on this week. Okay, so you did not start understand the even the very basic. Okay, so here what we in division, what we want to do is basically, uh, let me see if I can pull. I have that thing here with me. Then I will share the screen. So okay, so I don't have it actually written down somewhere. Let me share the screen here and try to explain the octal numbers. Anyone has any other doubts on anything? Write it down in the chat. So you have any two numbers. So let us suppose you have a number 2, 3 with which you are trying to divide a number, maybe 5, 6, 1, 4. Suppose this is the number you are trying to divide. So in any division, actually it is helpful if we have a table of numbers. Not visible? Showing error. Okay. Maybe some problem is there today with the network. Let me see. Let me unshare it and
Sir, it is visible to some of us.
hmm, I cannot stop also sharing. So I am again resharing. See if it has come to you guys. Is it there, Vatsal? Are you able to see it? In any case, this is getting
Yes, sir, we can.
recorded. So you can look at it later on also. So to answer the query by who Akarsh by Akarsh. So any number when you are trying to divide a number with another number, so this is the quotient, right? Oh, sorry, this is the dividend, this is the divisor, this is the divisor, this is the dividend, and here will come the coefficient. So the divisor you have to, if you have a table of the multiplication of the divisors with the digits that you have in the particular number system, then it becomes easier for you. It is not always required, but it actually makes your life simple. Otherwise you have to do a mental calculation of these multiplications you have to do mentally in a particular number system. Now for decimal the mental calculation is quite easy and we have learnt it from our childhood, it is with us, but for other number systems it is not very very like you cannot tell me what is 2 3 into 4 right away, you have to do some conversion mentally and then you have to tell me. So it is better to write this down in a rough work. So what is 2 3 into 2 in octal? So in octal 2 into 3 is 6, so 6 is valid, so it comes here, and 2 into 2 is 4, so 4 6. Sorry, the pen's eraser does not work in this. So this is 4 6. Here 3 into 3 is basically 9, but you don't have 9 in octal, so 9 becomes your 1 and you have 1 as a carry. So then 3 into 2 is 6 and plus 1 7 1. Similarly 4 into 3 is your 4 into 3 is 12, but 12 is not there, so 12 will become what 12 will become 4, right, and 1 will come as carry. 4 into 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9 and 9 is basically 1 1. So in this way you have to write down, so you have to write down a table of the divisors, that is the first step. So let me complete this. 15 means 8 plus 7, so 7 and 1 in hand. 5 into 2 is 10, 11 means 8 plus 3, so it will be 1 3. 6 into 3 18, 18 means 16 plus 2, so 2 and 2 as carry. 6 into 2 is 12 and 2 carry means 14. 8 plus 6 is 14, so 1 6. 7 3 21. 16 plus 5 5. 2 is carry. 7 to 14 16. 16 means 20. So you get the table first. So once you get the table, now it is very easy to do the division here. What you need to see, how many times 23 goes before it exceeds 56, that is what you need to see. Now you have to start with the first number. So how many times the divisor goes before it crosses the first digit 5? So obviously there is no such it is 0 here. Then you have to check for 56. Here you see that it goes only 2 times, because in 3 times it has crossed 5 6. So you have 2 here and then 4 6. Do a subtraction, as you know, 1 0, then 1 you will come down, then you check here where you are not crossing 101. With 3 you are not crossing 101, and what is that number? 7 1. Then you have 0 and here you have this is basically 1, because you have to take the carry here. This is not 10, okay, so this you have to take the carry here, it becomes 8, so it is 1 0. So while doing all these operations, you have to remember always that you are in the particular what number system you are. So here you are in octal. 104, you see where you have 104, again here 3. So let us change this number. So let us increase this number. Maybe we can do a very long division. It doesn't matter how long, because we have this table. So let us keep this increasing. So 104, so 104 means again 3 will come here, and you have a 7 1. If I am doing any silly mistake anywhere, and if you are able to spot it, please point it out to me, because I am prone to doing mistakes on board. So this is 1 1 3 1 3 1 3 7, it was clearly divisible. So let us remove this 3 and make the number completely divisible. What happened here? 137. 137, you see it is divisible by 5. 137, and it ends. So this is the division method. Suppose this was not 7, or maybe it was something else, then what would happen? There would be a remainder. So that is all. So here there is no remainder. In any general case, there can also be a remainder. So does it make sense to you, Saksham, now? Or Akarsh? Akarsh was asking me, I think. So this is how you should do the division. So the making of the table is beneficial many cases. Okay. So anything else? Try to ask on the particular topic, on the particular week itself, not on the week of submission of the tutorial. So you try to ask about signed numbers this week only. So next week I will be reluctant in answering some of your queries on signed numbers, because the tutorial submission will be on that week. So if you have doubts regarding understanding of signed numbers, how to work with it, everything has been given in the lecture notes that has been put up. It's almost a week now. So you should have gone through it, gone through that lecture, and have your doubts clarified. These 2 sessions of this week are meant for that only. Okay, so let me stop presenting. Anything else? Okay, so I guess you are not having any further doubts on the lectures that had been sent. So who has all gone through the signed number lectures? Can you raise your hands if you are here? क्या किसी कोई नहीं गया क्या साइन नंबर लेक्चर्स के थ्रू? Some people have gone through the lectures. I know that. So are you shy to raise your hands here? What happened? If you have gone through the lectures, you can raise your hand. I will not ask any question from there. I just want to see who are here who have gone through the lectures. That's all. So if you are still shy, then it's fine. So let me then go to that thing about breathing that we are talking about, and we have the results, poll results. I hope you have seen some. Let me try to present uh, here. Are you able to see the screen? You're able to see the screen, I hope, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So this is the result of that poll that we made, and if you see the results, you see most of us are in the average region. So the average region is like about 12 breaths per minute. We had seen that it is the average for human beings. So I asked you to count 10 breaths, so it is within a minute. So most of us are in the average region. That is what we expect. That is why it is the average, right? Some of us, 13 people, are below the average, and they must really be concerned actually, because they are quite their breathing rate is quite fast, and whoever these people are, they should pay attention to their health actually, because this sort of a breathing can lead to many complications on your health. uh, so you may also have already noticed it probably, uh, and you should try to like increase or decrease your breathing rate actually, or increase your breathing efficiency, if I may say in that way. And I will also tell you how to do that. If you are interested, you can stay with me and I will reveal you some of the things that I know of. So this is also fine. 60 to 90 is also like average sort of thing, a bit uh, uh, better than average. And some people I can see, and these are really good to note, that some people can breathe up to 2 minutes for 10 breaths, and these are quite good actually. So this is 2.5 minutes, this is 3 minutes, and some are, one person is there who can breathe 10 breaths in 4 minutes. So he or she has taken 4 minutes to complete the breathing cycle that we had tried to experiment with, the 10 breath cycle. So I was supposed to tell you about my own breathing rate also. So I did the experiment on myself 2 days actually, because in the first day there was when I started doing the experiment, I could understand that I was breathing fast than normal, and then I remembered that uh, I had actually taken I drank some milk before coming to do that exercise. So automatically the breathing rate was a bit faster. But that day I was able to complete 10 breaths in 2.5 minutes. So I was here in this region, and the next day I remembered not to have anything in my stomach, and then I again counted, and I was feeling that this is what my natural rate of breathing is, and I was in like 3.5 to 4, then 3 to 3.5. So this range, so 3 to 4 minutes, in that region I was there. So this is actually my breathing rate that I wanted to share with you guys. So I just want to again verify whether uh, there is no network issue, because it is showing here a lot that bad network, bad network. So I want to stop presenting, because it is might be taking some more bandwidth. So has it stopped sharing? Can anyone confirm? Has the share has stopped? Okay, yes. People are saying yes. Okay, good. Good. So let me reveal some of the secrets about breathing for a long time. So one thing I will tell you, that when I am saying that I am able to breathe like 10 breaths in 4 minutes, so you can have a do an average. What it means is that I am doing 2.5 cycles in 1 minute. So each cycle is an inhalation and an exhalation. So if you consider it 2, then it is like 30 seconds in I am taking for an inhalation and an exhalation. So when I am doing an inhalation, and even if I am like filling in my entire lungs and then coming out and emptying my entire lungs, it should not take so much of time. So it doesn't also take so much of time. So what happens in between? What happens in between is I am not breathing. That is what is happening. Between two breaths, I am able to keep a gap. So there is a length of time in which I am neither exhaling nor inhaling. So that is what I am able to do, and perhaps the person who is in that 4-minute range, that person is also breathing in that manner only. So he or she is inhaling, then retaining the breath for some time before exhaling, and after exhaling also for some time they are not inhaling, and then again they are inhaling and again retaining the breath for some time and then exhaling. So this practice is not common to most of us. We are normally breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. We are in the rapid cycle of in and out. The portion of breathing which is to retain the breath, that is an important part of breathing. So that part we are not basically made aware of. So that's why we don't know that this is also something that we can do. We have this ability to sustain ourselves without breathing for a length of time. For some length of time, we would be able to live without even breathing. And this is a practice. So when you practice more and more, you will be able to see that you are able to live without that span of time when you are not inhaling or exhaling. That span will keep on increasing. That is what you will experience for yourself if you try to practice this. Another thing that I will tell you about those people who are in the average range or below the average range, what happens, why they need to breathe in so rapidly. This is because they are actually not breathing out completely. So before doing a breathing in, there is a process of breathing out. We need to empty our lungs completely. So that thing normally we don't do. That I have experienced for myself also when I started with these things, and also I have experienced it in other people also, whom to whom I have talked about these things, and they have also realized that they are not breathing out completely. So unless you are breathing out, what happens when you are not breathing out completely? There are many things that are happening. So you are always short of breath because your lungs are already having some amount of air which you have not breathed out, and this air is high in carbon dioxide. This is not rich in oxygen, okay, because this is the air that needed to be breathed out, but you have not breathed it out completely. So what amount of air you will be able to take in, which is the fresh air with oxygen, more oxygen, that will be smaller, and with that small amount of air you are trying to make your whole body work. Obviously it will get exhausted very quickly and you need to take the air in again. But all that, every time you are taking in air, you are filling up perhaps only 1/4 of the vessel that the lungs is. Perhaps you are only filling up 1/4 of the vessel every time. So unless you empty the vessel, unless you empty the lung, you will not be able to fill up the lung completely with oxygen rich air. So that is the first process that you should do consciously. Those who are at the average and the lower than average range, you sit with yourself and try to experience how much you can breathe out. You will see that the normal, even after the normal breathing out, you can do this right now also. So you are breathing out, but then you try to breathe out more before breathing in. You will see you will be able to do that, and you can again breathe out more. So your lungs are already having a lot of air within it which you have not breathed out. That's why you are not able to breathe in a lot of air. That is the first thing that you should notice about yours. And this has other complications. When you are keeping yourself filled almost like 3/4, if I have that 3/4 1/4 analogy, I don't exactly know the ratio, it will vary from person to person, but there is some amount of air you are keeping in your lungs, you are keeping in your system, which is high in carbon dioxide, and you know that carbon dioxide is poison to us. So if you are keeping that air within you, that will lead to complications, that will lead to health complications, of course, because you are not taking it out of your system. It was supposed to be taken out of your system. That is what breathing does. You are not making breathing do what it is meant to do. So, and this is one thing that you have entire control of. No one is going to tell you what to breathe and how to breathe. Your parents will tell you what to eat and how to eat. Okay. So eating is the second fuel that we take in our system. There are two fuels that we take in our system. One is air, another is food. These two fuels are sustaining us. With food, you don't have control on your eating completely because you are being served the food. So whatever you are served, you have to eat. But you are always having control on your breath. So you should take control of your breath, how you breathe and how you breathe in and how you breathe out. That should be in your control, and with only this much you can improve drastically. Your entire efficiency, system efficiency can improve drastically. So try to exhale, try to take out the exhausted air from inside your system. When you do that, automatically what will happen, your lungs will have a lot more space to breathe in the next set of fresh air. And when you have a lot more space to fill in, automatically it will take a longer time to fill in. Automatically it will take a longer time to fill. And in the next cycle you again be conscious of breathing out completely, and again you will need a longer time to fill in your lungs. When you are having the practice of breathing out completely, then you should focus in the practice of breathing in completely, because it will also happen so that you are not breathing in your lungs completely. There are spaces in your lungs which are left to be filled up. So that is what you will also experience. So when you consciously do this, then automatically your breathing cycle will be expanded, it will be lengthened. So let me check, someone has put us something here. Maybe I can see a notification here, I don't know what it is. Okay, in the chat only. Okay, so that is the story about why you are unable to breathe for a unable to have your breathing cycles longer. So you can go back and see whether what I have told is correct or not. So usually it will, you will find that what I am saying is true. So you are not doing the breathing in an efficient manner. So what we have to do, we have to breathe out completely and then breathe in completely. Now when you have started breathing in completely, then I will tell you one thing which you should also notice. That is the fact that most of you are not breathing the right way. There is a right way to breathe. The right way to breathe is breathing in the stomach, not in the chest. Now it is called breathing in the stomach, but the air is not going into your stomach as such. The air is going in your lungs. But you are moving your diaphragm. So there are several muscles. I know you know the physiology of a human being. So there are these chest muscles in the rib cage which you can expand, and there is the diaphragm below your rib cage which you can expand. So the diaphragm moves like this. So when the diaphragm moves down, your lungs are expanding and taking in air. But when the diaphragm is moving down, your stomach is coming out. So that's why it is called belly breathing or abdominal breathing. So that is what is the right way of breathing, the diaphragm breathing. You should not try to expand your chest muscles. That is what most of us are doing. When we are breathing, you be conscious of your breath. When we are breathing, our chest muscles, chest is expanding or our shoulders are expanding. That is not the right way to breathe. The diaphragm must go up and down only the diaphragm. In normal situation, your breath should happen only with the diaphragm, not with the other muscle. That allows you to actually have a larger intake of air, because the diaphragm can move a lot. The chest muscles cannot move a lot. Diaphragm can move a lot. It can go down a lot, it can go up a lot. So that is where you should concentrate. So when you are breathing, try to put a hand on your chest and a hand on your abdomen, and just note which hand is moving, and you will be able to automatically catch yourself in which way you are breathing. Are you doing a chest breathing or are you doing an abdominal breathing? Whichever hand is moving, that is the breathing that you are doing. And if you are doing chest breathing, which most of you are actually doing, and if I take a poll, I am sure 80 or 90% of you would respond that you are doing a chest breathing. So if you are doing a chest breathing, try to consciously move it to the abdomen. This is a very easy thing to do. No one has to teach you anything. You can do it yourself. Try to simply make the abdomen expand and contract as you breathe in and breathe out. When you breathe in, the abdomen would expand. When you breathe out, the abdomen should contract. In this way, By only practicing this, there will be a lot of improvement in your breathing. This is what you should focus on first. So what I told you at the very beginning about my own style of breathing, where I am taking a gap between breaths, that comes very later on. But first you have to practice abdominal breathing and breathing completely, breathing out completely, breathing in completely, and doing the abdominal style of breathing. That is what you should focus on. Of course, you can understand, if you are able to expand the length of your breathing, what it means, you are you are you are utilizing less amount of effort in your breathing to take in the same amount of air, and the same amount of air is being taken in a longer duration of time. This means that one of your input fuels is getting reduced while you are able to perform the same things that you are doing in your life. Your performance would not decrease, and actually it will improve also, because you are taking in the fuel correctly. It is not getting wasted anywhere, so it will also improve your performance. It is almost like a machine. So yeah, our body, everything is like a machine. If you start realizing or start looking at yourself like that, your life will be more sorted than you would have suppose it is at the present. Start looking at yourself as a machine, and then you think how you can improve the efficiency of this machine. So you know that if I put in fuel here and there, it will get wasted. That is exactly what is happening to us. We are not able to put in the fuel of air correctly. That's why it is not able to generate the efficiency that it is supposed to generate. Now if you are able to utilize a longer duration of time to breathe in the same quantity of air, that means your input frequency or the input rate becomes lesser, while you will see that you are not having any problem in your performance. Your regular work etc will carry on like it is. So it will definitely, it means that your efficiency is increasing. It is a different sort of an efficiency I am talking about. Okay, I am not telling you to increase your output, I am telling you to decrease your input. So in that regard your efficiency will increase. So someone who is probably doing a lot of activities, that person will also see that the efficiency is increasing. A person who is completely laid back person, not doing so much of physical activity or so, the efficiency of that person will also be increased, because the input rate you are decreasing for yourself. That is what is going to happen. So try practicing this. So if you are going into this thing of trying to improve your breathing rate, and if you are facing any challenges or anything, you can talk to me. I will try to help you in that regard, but I hope that there will not be much challenge. This is very easy thing, actually you can correct for yourself. And if you are really feeling good about what you are doing, like you will start feeling good in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks time, if you consciously keep on doing this. And if you are really feeling good about it, then I am sure that you will try to take it forward. So maybe after a certain duration of time I will again try to talk about it, talk about our breathing. And those who have been able to rectify themselves and are able to take longer duration of breath, will be further benefited with what I will try to what I will try to tell you guys. So I hope all of you adopt this lifestyle of reducing your breathing cycle and improving your efficiency, and you will you will experience it for yourself how it actually improves your life. So I have not seen any person who has adopted this and have faced and have complained about their livelihood. They have not complained, and they have actually reported that they have benefited. All of them have reported that they have benefited in some way or the other. It will depend on person to person how they are experiencing the benefit, but they experience the benefit in some way or the other. So you should try this for yourself. This is something that not many of yeah, you will not find many people to be talking about. So I try to put it across so that you get to at least know about this. Even if you are not very inclined right away to go into such practice, perhaps later on someday if you might remember and you can again adopt this practice. This is very easy, and I am sure you will not forget what I have told you. So you can start this any time of your in your life actually. If you don't want to start right away, you can start later on also. Also I would like to that person who has reported uh, breathing 10 cycles in 3 minutes or 4 minutes or two and a half, those people, if they are interested, they can get in touch with me, and they can discuss what they are actually feeling. I would like to know how it has improved your life, or whether you are actually experiencing anything good about your life. So this is my own passion also, so I like to know what they are experiencing, anything significant they have experienced uh, after they have uh, switched to this sort of a breathing. So it doesn't generally happen that we start our life with this rate. This is actually a rate which is beyond the normal, beyond the average. So we had some consciousness coming up, and we are elongating our breaths. So before that we were living a certain sort of life, and after this transformation the life got some changes. So I would like to know from them what sort of changes they have experienced. So if you are comfortable in opening yourself up, and you can put up a chat to me, and I would be happy to hear about your experiences. So with that I think I can close the session, and I can't see any other technical or any other uh, doubts also. So anything you want to ask related to this or any other thing? We have around 5 minutes to spend. Otherwise, I will leave the chat then. Okay, so then I guess I can close the session, and I hope that what I told you will benefit you in some way or the other, and we'll again come back and touch on this topic sometime later in the semester. Okay, so let me close the uh, session now. Thank you for attending.